is JB. I live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I was in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for 17 days. And one day, it was about 2 weeks ago, I was in an OXXO, OXXO. It's a convenience store chain in Mexico. And I was there and I bought some Coca-Colas because I was going on a tour on a boat. So I wanted to have some drinks. And while I was getting my Coca-Colas, there was a woman in there, and she was probably, I don't know, 24 years old, 26 years old, something like that. She was young. She had a bag, and she was just helping herself to whatever she wanted. She grabbed water, throw it in the bag. Grab something else, I don't know what it was, maybe juice, throw it in the bag. Grab something, throw it in the bag. And I thought, that's weird. And I thought, well, maybe that bag is like a bag from the store, and she's just putting the stuff in there, and then she's going to take it up there and pay for it. And so I didn't say anything. I just bought what I was going to buy, and I went and I paid. And she didn't come. She just kept walking around, and it looked like she was probably continuing to put things in the bag. I don't know, because I couldn't see her that well at that point, but that's probably what she was doing. And probably she didn't want to be close to me when when I was paying, because then I might say, hey, that lady's stealing. But I paid for my stuff and I left. And then she came out a little while later, and she was gone. But there's OXXOs, these convenience stores. They're like on every corner in Mexico. Everywhere you go, there's an OXXO. And they are owned by the Coca-Cola company that bottles all the Coca-Colas in Mexico, and that's just where you go to get. I mean, you don't have many other choices. There's like this chain called Kiosco, and there's a couple other little chains, but if you need like a Coke or a beer or snacks, or sometimes they sell food in there, like hot food, that's where you go. And they're convenient because they're literally everywhere. There's one place where, like, there's 4 corners at an intersection, and there was one on each corner. So, but it's like a really huge chain, and their prices used to be low, but they're not anymore. I mean, the price of everything rose, but also they're just higher than they used to be, because it used to be cheap to buy things in Mexico, but now it's not. I mean, the prices are basically the same as American prices. Not always. Some things are like a lot cheaper than American prices. Some things are more expensive, but it used to be that everything was a lot cheaper than American prices, but it's not that way now. But the largest owner of that chain is Bill Gates, because he's the largest shareholder in the parent company of that chain, which is that Coca-Cola bottling company that I mentioned. And so, like, what this woman did, going in there and stealing, it was wrong. And because you're not supposed to steal. Even if it's from a rich person, you're not supposed to steal. Even if you're poor, you're not supposed to steal. If she needed something, she should have talked to her family. She should have talked to her friends. She should have done a whole lot of other things. Talk to her church. They always say God will provide. Talk to your church. Talk to your government. But don't steal. And like, if I were more confident that she was stealing at the beginning, I would have just said, hey, this lady's stealing. And not because I want to protect the company, but just because it's wrong, Because if she's stealing and everybody else is stealing, the prices of everything are going to keep going up and up and up. But, yeah. It was like one of those situations where you're like, well, what do I do? Should I say something because she's doing something that's wrong? Or should I just mind my business because I don't know what's going on? Or should I just keep quiet, even though I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing? Because, like, her bag didn't say OXXO on it. It wasn't like a clear bag that sometimes stores give you so that you can put your items from the store in there and then you take them up and pay for it. It was like a personal bag, like a bag that she was going to take to the beach or something. One of those, I don't know what kind of bag you call it, but put it over your shoulder. And I don't know. So I don't know how I feel about that. And in some ways you want to say, well, she was wrong, but in other ways you want to say, well, yeah, but the fucking company and the fucking she's poor. But either way you look at it, she was wrong.